and welcome to Catholic News Roundup. I'm Christine Niles. Here are today's top stories. Populist parties are winning across Europe. Conservative parties picked up major seats after the European Union's elections June 6th through 9th, with all 27 member countries voting to elect 720 seats for parliament. Major conservative gains from France, Italy, Germany, Spain, Hungary, and the Netherlands. In France, the socialist president received a stunning blow when right-wing leader Marine Le Pen won nearly one-third of France's vote. That's more than twice that of the Socialist Party. Le Pen promised strong action against Islamic radicals in France.
J'en appelle à la sagesse et au bon sens des Français. Qu'on me donne une raison, une seule, pour garder sur notre territoire des étrangers qui collaborent avec une idéologie totalitaire qui veut la mort des Français. Les binationaux en lien avec l'idéologie islamiste doivent être déchus de leur nationalité et expulsés. Les Français qui adoptent l'idéologie de l'ennemi doivent être traduits devant les tribunaux et punis.
France has one of the largest Muslim populations in Europe and has seen hundreds of attacks on French churches, largely from Muslim radicals. Socialists also lost out in Germany to right-wing party Alternative for Germany, which overtook second place. Altogether, the right-wing bloc in the EU comprises the second largest group in Parliament. In legal news, an abortion drug is staying on the market for now. On Thursday, the U.S. Supreme Court rejected a legal challenge to mifepristone, also known as RU-486, which kills babies in the womb, ruling that the doctors who brought the lawsuit have no standing to sue. Standing is a technical hurdle. The court did not make a substantive ruling. While the left is cheering this procedural win as a victory, a future lawsuit from plaintiffs with standing is likely and would likely result in a ruling striking down the dangerous abortion drug. Evidence shows it was rushed to the market without undergoing sufficient testing, leading to thousands of cases of harmful side effects and deaths. Meanwhile, the abortion industry downplays its harms. RU-486 is used in nearly two-thirds of all abortions in the country. And on a related note, leaked audio from one Supreme Court justice's wife is sparking anti-Catholic backlash. Journalist Lauren Windsor secretly recorded a conversation with Justice Samuel Alito's wife, Martha Ann, at a recent event.
God, you read the Bible. Psalm 27 is my psalm. Mine. Psalm 27. The Lord is my God and my rock. Of whom shall I be afraid? You know what I want? I want a Sacred Heart of Jesus flag because I have to look across the lagoon at the Pride flag for the next month.
Exactly.
And he's like, oh, please don't put up a flag. I said, I won't do it because I'm deferring to you. But when you are free of this nonsense, I'm putting it up and I'm going to send them a message every day. Maybe every week I'll be changing the flags. There'll be all kinds. I made a flag in my head. This is how I satisfy myself. I made a flag. It's white and it's yellow and orange flames around it. And in the middle is the word vergogna. Vergogna in Italian means shame. Vergogna. V-E-R-G-O-G-N-A. Vergogna. Shame, shame, shame on you. You know. Anyway.
Left-wing politicians and pundits are responding with anti-Catholic bigotry, mocking her Catholic beliefs, while also calling for Justice Alito's ouster from the High Court. Utah Senator Mike Lee hit back.
Right now, they've got a couple of cases pending before the U.S. Supreme Court, and the left is scared to death that they're going to lose those cases because, well, their arguments are pretty bad. And so rather than just accept that reality, that you win some and then you lose some, people on the left are instead trying to trigger the recusal of justices they don't like, principally Justice Alito. This is wrong. It's not right to undermine critical institutions like the Supreme Court of the United States.
And turning to politics, Donald Trump came to deep blue Detroit and left with an endorsement from the Democrat mayor. Trump visited a black church Saturday where he was greeted by an enthusiastic crowd, the pastor thanking him for his appearance.
President Trump, I'm so humbled that you would be here. President Obama never came to the hood, so to speak, right? President Joe Biden, he went to the big NAACP dinner, but he never came to the hood. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor. Very humble, really nice. Thank you.
One community leader made a surprising plea for the military.
I just want to know, President Trump, please don't allow our soldiers to walk around wearing red high-heel shoes.
A recent USA Today Suffolk University poll shows Joe Biden losing major support among black voters. In Michigan, Biden had 92% of black support in 2020, whereas today that number has tanked down to only 54%. Similar figures in Pennsylvania, where Biden had 92% in 2020, as compared to 56% today. Trump also attended Turning Point USA's conference in Detroit, where he was greeted by a massive Gen Z crowd. At the conclusion of the conference, Detroit's Father Edward Perrone offered Mass for hundreds of Catholics, organized by the group Catholics for Catholics. Trump boat parades took place all over Michigan rivers and lakes, with a 2-mile-long, 2,000-strong boat parade in Detroit. On Saturday, Detroit's Democrat Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick, whose prison sentence was commuted by Trump, announced he's endorsing Trump for president. Meanwhile, Biden attended a glitzy Hollywood gala with Barack Obama, raising $30 million. In sports, a transgender swimmer lost his appeal to compete in the Olympics, and women are celebrating. Transgender Leah Thomas, a biological male, lost his challenge Thursday against World Aquatics, which bans transgenders from competing in men's or women's elite sports. Thomas came to prominence after being the first openly transgender swimmer to win an NCAA championship at the Division I level. But the public's had a strong reaction, with many accusing him of stealing the title from women. Former teammate Paula Scanlon is demanding an apology from coaches for forcing her to unclothe in front of Thomas 18 times a week. Champion swimmer Riley Gaines tweeted, "And not one responsible adult has given them an apology. Not the coaches, not anyone within the NCAA, certainly not any Democratic elected official. Instead, they forced us to participate in his sick fetish." In COVID news, Pfizer hid vaccine deaths in order to get its jab approved. This according to Naomi Wolf, an outspoken critic of the untested vaccine.
The emergency use authorization, which allowed Pfizer to be put in the arms of Americans and I think also British people, was based on Pfizer hiding the bodies of 8 dead vaccinated people who died with COVID, though they were vaccinated. They had to delay reporting those fatalities in order to make the case that the vaccine was 95% effective. If they had included them, they would have been faced with the fact that more people died with the vaccine than without, which is what data are now showing.
And Pfizer whistleblower Justin Leslie recently published a video of a top Pfizer scientist admitting the pharmaceutical company rushed the vaccine to the public, using the pandemic as a loophole.
mRNA vaccines have been there for 50 years, but nothing made to clinical. Why? Because mRNA vaccines have been known to have side effects.
Right.
Moderna has been working on it for 10 years. This is not the new thing, right? But why it did not reach trial was because of all these side effects. We, Pfizer and Moderna, used the emergency and the pandemic to kind of get through it now. Okay. But,
Turning to Ireland, a church is getting backlash for canceling its gay men's chorus. Last week, Dublin's St. Andrew's Catholic Church withdrew permission for the Dublin Gay Men's Chorus to perform in its parish, saying of the June 23rd event, "We have learned that in form and content, it is being presented not as a simple choral recital, but as a pride festival event in a context which is not compatible with our mission as a Roman Catholic parish church." The Gay Men's Chorus hosts its summer concert at different locations each year, choosing St. Andrews this year. While initially confirming the booking, the church emailed later to cancel, saying the nature of the event had not initially been made clear. The Gay Men's Choir has rebooked its event at an Anglican church. And in wonderful news, the country of Turkey has been consecrated to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. On June 7th, the Feast of the Sacred Heart, the Apostolic Nuncio to Turkey, surrounded by the country's bishops, consecrated the nation to the Sacred Heart. The event took place in St. John the Apostle Cathedral in Izmir. It comes during the National Eucharistic Year for Turkey, which culminates in September at the National Eucharistic Congress in Ecuador. That's today's Catholic News Roundup. Get the latest by going to stellamaris.media, that's stellamaris.media, and signing up to our email list. And if you appreciate this content, please help me to grow this channel by subscribing and sharing. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Christine Niles.